Welcome everybody. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It is Friday, January 24th, 2025, and we are still cold here. A high of 36 today, which is a little warmer than we were for sure. It's above freezing. And we're going to be in the 40s and 50s, though, for the next 10 days. So starting tomorrow, life will feel a little bit warmer out there for us. Thank goodness. My daughter in West Virginia was posting pictures. They still have a ton of snow, a ton, and ice on the rivers, and that has not happened in the years she's lived there. So she is like, wow, this is crazy. Hi, Shar. Glad you are here. Excuse me. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been for over 27 years, and I love what I do. I am coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right in the middle of Tennessee in the United States, and I am here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make that easier for you and more enjoyable, and to encourage you to send out your beautiful creations to others to bring joy to them. Hi, Janet. Glad you're watching. Excuse me again. My voice is a little crazy. Allergies, sinuses, winter, I don't know, but I do have my coffee close by. So if I need it, I will grab that. Please be sure to say hello in the comments if you're watching. I love to know you stopped by. And if you're watching later on the replay, let me know that also. As always, I will be drawing, hi Joyce, from all of the comments on this video and giving away the project that we make today. All is great, Janet. Life is good. Be sure to comment as many times as you like. I love to know what you think. I love to answer your questions if you have questions. I love to hear how you might have done something different, or what you're working on, or what your projects are, or what your weather is, or whatever your weekend holds. Love all of that. So just comment as much as you like. Any comments entered through midnight tomorrow night, January 25th, will be entered in the drawing, and I will draw for a winner the next morning. Congratulations to the winner of my last fruit salad card that we did for our card sketch. That was Marianne Robbins. And Marianne, thank you for getting back to me with your address, and that is on its way in the mail to you. Thank you all for watching and commenting. That just means the world to me. Also, if you can share my video. Hi, Penny. Glad you're watching. To a crafty friend, another crafty group, to your homepage. Anywhere you share me is wonderful. It gets me exposure for my small business, and I so appreciate it. And if you do that, let me know, and I'll give you a bonus entry toward the drawing for today's card. Okay, let's turn you around. You can see outside there is a little sunshine, which is kind of nice. Going to come down to my table. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. You can find my blog at crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/Crazy Stamping Lady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes. And you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. If you are shopping with me in the month of January, I ask you to please use this hostess code when you order, as long as your order is under $150, pre-shipping and handling and tax. Ooh, it looks like I have some Sharpie on my finger. I was writing on some bags of sourdough that we were freezing, and it looks like Sharpie got me. Sorry about that, but inky fingers, whether it's Sharpie or our inks, it's all the same, right? Okay, so where was I? Oh, if your order is under $150, pre-shipping and handling and tax, use this code. It gets me the most benefits for your order and allows me to give back the most to you in giveaways and prizes and kits and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then do not use that code, because you will earn hostess rewards, which is awesome. Okay, guys, I have one card to share. This is from my friend Lori in Prescott, Arizona, and it is just a little thank you card for my videos and just to keep in touch. So cute. Says hello and has some beautiful little gems. These are some of those iridescent gems we had, and look how they pull out that blue color in the card. I put them on pink things and they seem to pull out the pink more, and yellow, they pull out the yellow. Just great. Thank you so much, Lori, for thinking of me and always keeping in touch. I really appreciate it so, so much. Okay, couple things only today. Free monthly card kit and class. If you place a qualifying order with me in the month of January, you can earn a free card kit. And then we will have a class for that in February. So a $50 order in the month of January will get you 3 free card kits, a $75, 3 free card kits plus a bonus project. $100 get you 3 free card kits, a bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. They are usually retired product, not always, but usually. But they are a free kit, and they can be remade with anything that you might have on hand that's current. Any smaller order at all will still receive a handmade card from me at the end of the month as a thank you, and all orders are entered into my monthly order prize drawing, so I appreciate your orders so, so very much. Again, if you have to use the hostess code for this, unless your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then don't use the hostess code and you will still earn the kits. These kits should be mailed out by February 1st. And the class will be on Monday, February 10th at 11 o'clock a.m. right here on this page. And it is available for anyone to watch, whether you have the kits or not. Okay, guys, sketch challenge. This is still going till the end of the month. Thank you to everyone who has entered your cards. I think we have the most ever this month. So appreciated. I just love to see what you came up with this sketch. So there is a pinned post to the top of my Crazy Stamping Lady page. And if you go there, it might be under a title called Featured, or it could be pinned. I'm not sure what it says on the customer side. But if you go there, there is a post. And in the comments of that post, you can post your card that you made using this sketch. And remember, it is just a jump off point. So go out there and check the cards that are there already. They are fantastic. And think about doing a card of your own and adding it. These measurements and everything are still out there too on the video in the comments if you want to use my exact measurements. But you do not have to. Just make a card that resembles this in some way. Okay, guys. Mini catalog, fantastic, going strong. We're not using anything out of here today. Annual catalog, same thing, fantastic. Lots of great things in here, but we're not using anything out of here today, basically. I mean, we're using basic things, but not anything special as a product. But we are using 2 celebration products. So we are going to be using in today's card the Bloom Impressions paper. You've seen me use it a couple times. I am in love with it. I have gotten 3 packs of it. I might try to get more. I think it is so beautiful, guys. Just beautiful. And along with that, we're going to be using the heart-shaped bundle. Now, the heart-shaped bundle is a level 2 bundle. That means you have to spend $120 in purchases to get it, but it is a bundle of a stamp set and the dies, and it is so pretty. Oh my gosh, just look at the samples here. And I'm going to show you a beautiful sample today I hope you like. And then stick around with me because at the end I have another different totally color combo to show you using this. So fun, 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 and well worth it. It is a great bundle. Let me grab that bundle and just show it to you up close and personal here. So here is the stamp set. It is this gorgeous flowery heart, little leaves, little flowers. My heart loves your heart, which I think for my husband that is such, and even for my kids and grandkids, such a nice sentiment. Also, my thoughts of you are all heart-shaped. How cute is that? And then a thank you and a just because I care and a hello. So beautiful, beautiful stamp set that coordinates with these dies. So there is a die that cuts out a wreath. Now it doesn't cut this out. It cuts out a similar one, and we're going to use them together today so you see how that works. It also cuts out flowers. It cuts out these 3 flowers together. It cuts out extra little leaves if you want them. And then there's this cute little bar to put your sentiment in. And this sentiment and this sentiment and this sentiment all fit really well. The thank you does fit, but it's pretty tight top to bottom. So I don't know if I would put it in there normally, but it does fit. Of course, my thoughts of you are all heart-shaped, does not. But great, great bundle. We're going to be using it. I can't take it too far away because I'm going to need some pieces out of there in a minute. So here is our recipe. This is for today's card that I'm making. I will bring this back on at the end with my card next to it. So if you want to take a screenshot, I also always post the card and the recipe in the comments at some point after the video. I'll try to do it today. It's a very busy day for me. I will try to get it out there as soon as I can. If I have time right away, that's when I like to do it. But if not, it'll get there by this evening sometime. So be aware of that. I'm going to set that aside and I will bring it back in like I mentioned. So here are the pieces for our card today. We're going to be doing a simple gatefold card. So we have a basic white envelope. I have an A2 base of Melon Mambo, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored at 2 1/8 and at 6 3/8. I usually just score it at 2 1/8, flip it around, and score it at 2 1/8 again, which works. But the actual score lines, if you're going across, are 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. We have a piece of basic white for the inside that is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go right in there. I have a little strip that is 1/2 inch by 4 that'll go on the inside. I have a piece of basic white that is 1/2 inch by 3, and this is going to be for our sentiment, so I'm going to set it up there. I have lots of little pieces here. Let me make sure I get the right ones with the right order. Yeah, okay. So we have a piece of basic white here that is 2.5 by 2 3/4 that we'll use on the front of the card. It's going to be layered on a piece of peach pie that is 2 5/8 by 2 7/8. And that's going to be layered onto a piece of Melon Mambo that is 3 inches by 3 1/4. So these are all going to go on the front of the card, as well as 2 pieces of designer series paper. And these pieces are 1 7/8 across and 5 1/4 long. And you're just going to want to pay attention if your pattern has a right and wrong to it. Like these, if I put them on there and cut the other way, the little leaves wouldn't be going the right direction. So pay attention to that when you're using your DSPs. All the DSPs in this whole pack of paper would work. Here's a beautiful color on the back. Just gorgeous. This whole designer series paper is a level 1 celebration. So you can get this beautiful pack of paper for a $60 purchase, and it's called Bloom Impressions, and I love it. Okay, and then what else do we have? And then I have a piece of Melon Mambo. This is about, I'm not even sure, 2 5/8 by 2 7/8. I think that was something like that. This I'm going to cut out a wreath, so that's why it's a different size. So let's do a few things on here to get this going. I think I'm going to wait on the inside and do that later. Let's cut out our wreath and stamp our sentiment and cut that out right away. So for my sentiment, I am using Melon Mambo ink. And the sentiment that says, just because I care. So let's ink that up and get that on here. This is just a scrap of basic white. Like I said, it's you want it large enough to put your sentiment and to die cut, but that's all you're really worried about. So, okay, so that is that. We're going to use this again in a bit, so I'm not going to get rid of it yet. And let's cut our pieces out. So what we're cutting out is from the dies. We're going to cut our sentiment out with this little sentiment layer. And we're going to cut out a Melon Mambo wreath of flowers. Excuse me. Voice, come and go, come and go. Coffee's close. I haven't needed it yet. Well, I had a couple cups already, so I shouldn't say I haven't needed it yet, but not in this video. Okay, so let's do our wreath first. I've showed you this trick before. I'm going to use it again. I'll be honest, I didn't really need it with this wreath because it's not a lot of individual pieces. It's one large piece and you just poke the hole and you can peel it out. But I love the trick of using wax paper. So I'm going to put a piece of wax paper down first, then my melon mambo, and then my die. And that just helps the pieces to fall, out even easier. And then we're going to put a plate on top. But again, this will come out just by poking through that hole without even using the wax paper if you don't want to. The wax paper works great when there's lots of little pieces. That's my favorite time to use it. Okay, so let's pull this off. And look at that. See, it fell right out. I didn't even have to poke it because of that wax paper. So let's get this out. Here is our beautiful little wreath. So let's see if I can pull this wax paper backing off of here. So that is the only thing, is your wax paper will stick to the back of your cardstock. Just peel it off. So, so simple. Here is that gorgeous little wreath. And then you're going to have two pieces that cut out. And I've seen these put on a card and they are beautiful. Now I haven't tried it yet, but you can lay this piece, hopefully you can see this where I am, right inside of there and match up all your little leaf lines. And you put that on top of another color of cardstock and it's gorgeous. So I haven't played with that to do it yet, but I also have not thrown these away because I've seen it so pretty on other cards. So I'm going to set that to the side because we're not using it. Let's put our heart back onto my sticky sheet so I don't lose that. And then we're going to cut out our sentiment. So the sentiment is just because I care. And I'm going to cut it out toward the right hand end of the die. We're going to use some washi tape to hold this in place. And that's because I'm not going to use the whole sentiment. I'm going to cut it down. So I'm putting the sentiment to the right hand end because that's where I want it to go. I'm using washi tape to have the frame around it so that it's pretty centered because I didn't do it extremely straight on that scrap, but that's okay because when I'm cutting it out, it doesn't have to be extremely straight, so I don't worry about it so much. Okay, so here is our sentiment, just like that. I'm going to set that to the side, throw our scrap away, put this back on my die cut paper so I don't lose it, and we are done die cutting. So let's get rid of the little mini machine here. I love this mini. I am so glad I have it so that I can actually do some die cutting up here on the table with you guys. Okay, so let's put some pieces to this together. So this is a simple gatefold, which means it's just two equal sides coming into the middle. If one side overlaps, it doesn't matter. It's just a fraction that it does. And just put it, I usually put the side that overlaps to my left because that's what I'm going to open. Doesn't probably really matter either, to be honest, but that just seems to make it open easier. So when we're putting this together, I'll probably keep this side to the left because it's just a hair over. If you're really, really, really careful with your scoring, that might not happen, but I don't stress about things that I just don't think matter. I stress about enough things. I don't need to stress about things I don't need to stress about, if that makes sense. So we're going to take our designer series paper and we're just going to center this onto each side of the front of this gatefold card. And make sure they're going the direction that you want them to go. That's important in this one. Like I said, a lot of the designs, this one for instance, are non-directional. So they can go any way you want them to go. But the one I chose for today is directional. We're going to place this one over here. And when I place my second one, I know I'm going to center it, but I work really hard at trying to keep my line across pretty even because visually you're going to notice that more than if it's centered perfect. So when I do one layer, I kind of follow that same amount. Like if I'd had less here at the bottom, I would have moved the second one down more. So just visually makes it look more continuity. So there is our gatefold. We're going to put our pieces together here for the front of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this piece of basic white, and again, this piece is 2.5 by 2 3/4. So it's a little wider than it is tall. That's the direction I want it to go for this wreath. And we're gonna stamp the floral wreath from the stamp set with peach pie right on to this piece of cardstock. So let me ink that up and place it on here. I'm kind of getting over it with this one and taking it because it's not much smaller than the cardstock, and I'm trying to get it really centered on there. It's a little bit over to that side. Let me see if I can do better on the back because it's going to get covered up, so it won't matter. Let's see if I can do better. If I can't, then we'll use that one, right? When it's really close like this, it's hard to center because I can't even really see all of my edges very well. But we'll try. We'll try to do it a little better. We'll see how it worked. Yep, I think that one, maybe not. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this one. We might run into a little trouble at the top here because I'm going to add some leaves, but I think we'll be okay. So we're going to do that. And then I am going to clean this off with my chamois because I'm going to use it again, but with a different color in a few minutes. So let's get that all cleaned off and ready to go. Put my chamois back into my little old used gum case. It works perfect, guys. I love this. Like I told you, I just stick it in there and I keep it on my desk and I use it all day long. And once a week I go rinse it all out and re-wet it, and it's perfect. So, okay, so here's our wreath. In a perfect world, it would have been a little further down on the card, but it's not. So we're going to go with it. I am going to use Summer Splash and add some leaves. Now, the reason I did that is I made a prototype of this, and for that one, I used the Shy Shamrock. But to me, after I put it on the card, these little leaves on here, these little pieces of grass looked more like Summer Splash. So we're going to try Summer Splash on here, and we'll see how we like it today. So I'm just going to take our little leaves here, and we're going to add them around this wreath, just kind of randomly in places. No real rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of filling in some spots. There I was humming. Did you hear me humming? Sometimes I hum. I hum a lot. My poor husband, it must drive him crazy. And I hum when I craft. I always feel bad for my customers. If I start humming and I catch myself, I'll apologize and just say, sorry about that. I hum all the time. I think it's a good thing. I think it's because I'm happy. At least I feel happy. So I'm hoping that's why. Are any of you hummers? Let me know. I would love to know if I'm not alone in the humming world. Okay, let's see. We'll do a couple more. Now this Summer Splash and the Shy Shamrock are not that much different in color, guys. They're very similar. The Summer Splash just has a little bit more blue in it. And like I said, to me, after I did it, the stems on these flowers looked a little bit more like the Summer Splash than they did the Shy Shamrock. So, okay, so there are all of my little leaves around my heart. Put that back over here. And then we're going to take this heart right here and add it to this layer. So I could have used the adhesive sheets on the back of here. I love the adhesive sheets when I need them. I really love them because they make your whole image just lay down. But I also use them sparingly because they're a little more expensive. So when I can use Tombow, I will use it. And this one had leaves that worked perfect to just add dots of Tombow. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to lay it on every leaf. We're going to skip some in between, just enough to hold this down on my card. And you can see I'm putting itty bitty tiny little dots. I don't want that glue oozing out anywhere. So they are tiny dots that should work just fine. These leaves are just the right size to be able to add these this way. So I love that. We'll do a few more over on this side because I do want the whole wreath to stick down onto my card. Okay, maybe that one too. Okay, so there's our little dots of glue. Can you see those on there? They are quite tiny. I'm going to pick up my wreath where there is no glue using my tweezers. Maybe I can hold that up closer now so you can see all those little dots on there. Like I said, they're all around, but they are tiny and they should work just fine. And we're going to add this wreath so that the lines of the wreath go right over the line of the wreath below it. Just like that. It's very easy to lay down on there and do that. And then I'm going to give this a really nice firm push from the back so that all of those little glue pieces adhere really nicely. Isn't that pretty? I think it is so beautiful. I just love this heart so much. Okay, guys, we're going to take this now and I am going to add it to a piece of peach pie. Now this is only 1/8 of an inch larger, so we're just going to have the narrowest little border all around there when we add that. But it kind of makes that peach color pop on there, and that's what I was trying to do, is pull that out a little bit. So I'm going to lay this right onto here. Just like that. Okay. And then let's lay our melon mambo layer. So this layer again was quite a bit larger, 1/4 inch at least, I think 3 inches by 3 1/4. We're going to add this to the front. I'm going to attach it to this left side that overlaps just a little bit. And we're going to center it, but up here toward the top like that. So what I want to do, I'm going to flip this around since I want to put my glue on this side. It's easier for me to work like this. So I am putting my glue on here, but only up to that center line. So let's see if I can hold this in place on screen and do that. So I'm going to do like 3 strips of it, just using seal. You could use Tombow. I'm going to flip it back around and place it onto this card. And again, we're going to leave a smaller border at the top and a larger at the bottom. And I'm centering it side to side. And if I did that all well, there's now no glue showing, so it doesn't stick down to that other side at all. It opens up perfectly, just like that. And then we're going to take this piece, but I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals. I have edges I'm using because you know I don't like to waste edges. Now this entire piece is going to go on that entire piece, so I can put dimensionals around anywhere I want in here. I don't have to worry about placement because the only thing that can't stick down is this layer here. Have you guys made Gatefold cards before? I love them. They are such a simple little card to make, and they just add a little bit of character to your card. So I love using them. So let's use our dimensionals, get those backings off. How's the weather where you guys are? Do you still have snow? Are you still in the cold? I am really looking forward to a little bit warmer temperatures. I don't need hot, but I do like the 40s and 50s. That's pretty great. So now we're going to take this piece and pop it up right in the center of that melon mambo piece. Just like that. And I'm going to take this just because I care, and I'm going to trim it. Now I could trim it with a snips, but I have my little mini cutter. Not everyone has. Well, just go ahead and trim it on your cutter or with a snips. And I'm going to trim it so it's just a little past where the just starts. Maybe, I don't even know, just a little, you'll see. Just like that. So I just have that cute little end on it over here, but a straight end on that end. And this is getting thrown away. And we're going to place this onto our heart. And I'm going to line up the straight edge with the straight edge of the white on here and just have it come across my heart part of the way like that. I'm going to put some seal on the back of here. Do you have great plans for the weekend? I have classes this weekend. We have church. Hopefully some family time. Just going to come in here and place this right here. Again, making that even with the white side here and coming across. And I'm giving it firm pressure because it is coming up over that raised piece, and I want to be sure that it sticks down really well, just like that. And then what do we want to add? So I would like to add a little bow to this. So I'm going to grab my Baker's Twine Essential Pack and grab some white twine out of here. I love this. It's not quite as thin as our linen thread, but it's not a thick Baker's Twine. It's the narrow Baker's Twine, and I love it. And we're just going to make a bow. So I don't know about how much. Let's see. Maybe about 9 inches total. I'm just guesstimating. So I'm just going to make a loop, come around, make another loop and pull it through. And then we're going to play with this. And I want a nice long tail on here. I just love the way that looks. Kind of, see how it kind of curves like that? I think that's such a pretty look. So we're going to have a little bow with a long tail. Grab my ribbon cutting scissors and cut this on this edge. Just like that. So there is our bow. And we're going to add this to the front of our card using a dotted tombow. So right here at the corner of our sentiment, I'm going to put a dot of tombow on there. Not a huge one, but enough to hold that bow. And then let me grab a block, because what I'm going to do is lay this on there just like this, so that those tails hang down, but it doesn't cover my sentiment. And I'm going to put a block on top and just let that sit and dry for a minute while we do the inside of our card. So for the inside, grab this piece of basic white, and I'm going to do the same thing on my envelope. So I'm just going to grab them both right now. I'm going to take my Melon Mambo ink, and you might have seen earlier when I was moving pieces out that I moved 2 pieces out of the way. These are just 2 pieces of copy paper. So when I print out things for classes or kits or whatever, and I have extra pieces, I cut them off and I use them as note paper. So these are 2 clean pieces of just copy paper that were cut off of something else I printed. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take that big heart stamp that we cleaned a little bit ago, and I'm going to now use it with the Melon Mambo. But I don't want it to be as dark as it was when I stamped the wreath on the card. So I'm going to take it once, and I'm going to stamp it off onto a piece of this copy paper right here, like that. And then I'm going to use the stamped off ink and just kind of put this on the center of my inside of my card. And it's going to be light like that, easy to write over, so you don't have to worry about not writing on it, but it just adds some character to the inside of that card. And we're going to do that again on another piece. So let me ink this one up. And I'm going to stamp this here over to the side, like that. And then I'm going to stamp onto the front of my envelope. The same thing, that little bit lighter shade of the Melon Mambo, like that. So, well, actually, let me finish this part and then I'll explain why I did that. So I also have the sentiment, just because I care, and I'm going to do that full strength. So the reason I stamped this off a little bit is so that when I put my sentiment on here, I'm going to put it over to the side just like I did on the front of the card, and I want it to be easy to read. So now it is darker and you can still read it well over the light wreath below it. So that was the reason I did that. So the reason that I did these on the scrap paper are I am sending out Valentines to family and friends, and if I am including a note, so from some of my brothers and my sister, I'll include a little note. I can write that little note now on this piece of note paper. Or if I just want to write a note to a customer and stick it in their order, or to the mailman and leave it in the mailbox, now I have some pretty little papers that I can do that on. So I have a whole stack of papers that when I stamp off, if it's a really pretty design I want to use, I just put it onto a scrap of copy paper. So I hope that's a good little tip for you, because that way they're beautiful when you write someone a note. Okay, we can take our block off. That should be plenty dry. Let's go ahead and put our little strip of paper on before I put this in the inside of the card. So again, this is just a 1/2 inch scrap of the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to put that right at the bottom, making sure that my little grass pieces are going the right direction. At the bottom of that piece, like that. And then we're going to put this on the inside of the card. With our seal. So let's open this up and we'll center this on the inside. Just like that. Look how pretty that is now when you open this up. It just kind of pulls that same heart right through the middle, and it's lined up pretty close, so it almost seems like this heart made the impression on the inside of the card. And I really like that look. I think that's beautiful. So we need a little bling on here. We can't have a card without bling, right? So for the bling on this one, I grabbed our brushed brass butterflies, which is always like a tongue twister to me. Now the paper, the plastic that was around them ripped, so I have it in one of our clear envelopes, but that works, not a problem. And we're going to add a few little butterflies to the front of this. So let me grab one of the larger ones onto my snip here, my snips. Okay, and we're going to place that kind of down. Whoa, it flipped over. Let's flip it back where I need it to be. Kind of down here toward the bottom. Just like that. And then let's take a tinier one and get that. And we're going to place that kind of up from it. I love these brass butterflies. Oh my gosh. This is my second or third pack, and I think I have a couple backups. They are just so beautiful on so many cards. And then we're going to take one more little bitty one here. And I'm going to place it, whoops, let's pick it up again. I'm going to place it just inside the wreath here. So just maybe right here. Just like that. Okay, guys, that is our Gatefold card. What do you think? I think it's lovely. Now let me show you a couple things, so don't run away yet. Let's put this here and get rid of some of these pieces that we don't need, so we're not so confused about what's going on here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back just like this along with that instruction sheet. So if you want to take a screenshot of how this looks right now, you can do that. All of the products I used basically are listed on here. Excuse me. And at the bottom here are all of the sizes that I cut. So it's just nice to have it all together. Again, I will also post this in the comments later at some point. Okay, let's get that out of the way. So this is the one I'm giving away today. Let me show you my prototype from last night, which is almost exactly the same. Everything about it, except that I used the green instead of the blue. So I used the Shy Shamrock instead of the Summer Splash. And I think I'm right. I think the Summer Splash goes better with these little pieces of grass on here. They're very close, but I think I like the Summer Splash better. Just my opinion. Okay, so let's take this, and then I'm going to show you a completely different color combo. So in case you didn't know, this entire bundle sold out. It was completely sold out like a week and a half ago. But fortunately, Stampin' Up! Had ordered many more because they saw how fast it was going. So it is back in stock right now. I'm pretty sure once it sells out again, it'll be gone for good. I don't think they'll have time to have another turnaround on it. So just be aware that if you love this bundle. So I was going to present this last week, but because it wasn't available, I decided to wait. But I'm going to show you the card I made last week because I made it for a special person for a special reason. It's a different color combo completely, but it's the same card. So let me show you what I did. This card here uses peach pie, okay, but it has linen thread instead of the twine. I put pearls on the heart instead of the butterflies, and the heart and coordinating color on here are Cajun Craze, which does seem like such a weird color, but I loved it. When I made it, it was exactly what I was looking for the person I'm sending it. She's going through a rough time right now, and I just want her to send this to her and let her know I'm thinking of her. So those are the two different samples of this card. I love them both, but this is the one that I am giving away. I hope you liked it. Please let me know what you think. Thanks for taking some time to be with me today. I hope you like this project. I hope you like the tips and tricks I offered you. Don't forget to leave all of your comments for a chance to win this beautiful card. You have till tomorrow night to leave those comments. Finally, I would love to have your business, guys. If you are looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, want to order products, want to join a Stampin' Up! Team where you can get a discount on all of your orders all the time, just let me know. I'm here to be your creative coach, to encourage you. I am a no pressure type person, trust me. So any questions you have, I will try to answer honestly. You can reach out to me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My plan is to be back here next Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. with some more creative inspiration for you. So I hope you will find some time then to join me. Until then, have a wonderful weekend, you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.